section at the very top of the Soyuz booster that envelops the Progress resupply ship. The second stage engine burns for 2 minutes and 39 seconds to continue propelling of the Progress toward its preliminary orbit. The second stage separation will occur at the 4-minute 47-second mark, followed by the ignition of the third stage engine, which will burn for an additional 4 minutes and 9 seconds until it is shut down at 8 minutes and 46 seconds after launch, followed just seconds later by the Progress's separation from the third stage and the initiation of the deployment of its solar arrays and navigational antennas. At the blockhouse in Baikonur, launch controllers reporting a purge of nitrogen for the first stage. That first stage will be pressurized at about the 2-minute 45-second mark before launch. The pressurization of the first stage fuel tanks will optimize the flow of fuel, helping the structural support of the rocket as it sits on the launch pad. Again, this is launch site 31 at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. The Progress ready to roll, ready to begin its two-orbit trek to the International Space Station. Just 4 minutes until launch. Coming up on the 3-minute mark until launch. The International Space Station about to fly over the Caspian Sea. There are two structural umbilicals buttressed up against the side of the Soyuz 2.18 booster. The first will retract at about the 40-second mark before launch. The second at about the 12-second mark. It is the second umbilical's retraction that will initiate the auto sequence start for engine ignition and liftoff. Coming up on the 2-minute mark until launch. Pressurization of the fuel tanks complete. The ground propellant feed about to be terminated. Everything is go for launch, coming up on the 1 minute mark. There is the retraction of the second of the two umbilicals as we stand by for main engine start. Engine start command issued. Engines up to flight speed. And liftoff. Liftoff of the 72nd Progress resupply vehicle. Destination station 2 orbits from now. Pitch, roll, and yaw programmer in. 38 seconds into the flight, the International Space Station now flying directly over the Baikonur Cosmodrome. One minute, 15 seconds into the flight, the Soyuz booster passing through maximum dynamic pressure. Everything operating nominally. Good structural parameters reported from the launch engineers in Baikonur. Roll, pitch, all nominal as we stand by for first stage separation. First stage separation is confirmed. The vehicle is stable. Second stage engine up and burning. This will be about 2 minutes and 39 seconds of second stage performance. Everything so far so good. Good roll, pitch, and yaw. Second stage engine reported to be operating normally. Everything looking good. The Soyuz booster traveling more than 5,000 miles an hour, 49 miles in altitude already, 72 miles downrange from the Baikonur Cosmodrome, just over 3 minutes into the flight. Shroud jettison has been confirmed. All of the vehicle parameters reported to be normal. About 1 minute, 11 seconds left in second stage performance. At the 4-minute mark, everything is reported to be operating normally. The Soyuz booster in the Progress traveling more than 7,300 miles an hour, 81 miles in altitude, 190 miles downrange from the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Coming up on the 4.5-minute mark into the flight. Standing by now for second stage shutdown and second stage separation. Second stage separation is confirmed. Third stage engine up and running. Everything looking good at the 5-minute mark into the flight. About 3 minutes and 45 seconds of powered flight remaining. All structural parameters still nominal according to the launch engineers at the blockhouse in Baikonur at the 5.5-minute mark into the flight. Third stage engine burning as advertised. The third stage of the Soyuz 2.1A and the Progress now traveling 11,000 miles an hour, 115 miles in altitude, 472 miles downrange from the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Roll, pitch, and yaw program, all nominal. Good structural parameters being reported at the 6-minute, 15-second mark into the flight. 2.5 minutes of powered flight remaining. Six minutes, 45 seconds into the flight. Everything continuing to perform as advertised as the Progress heads toward its preliminary orbit, with the space station awaiting its arrival just over 3 hours from now. Roll, pitch, and yaw nominal. Third stage engine burning as advertised. Everything looking good. Seven and a half minutes into the flight. The Soyuz and the Progress now traveling 14,000 miles an hour, 124 miles in altitude. The trajectory flattening out. About 1 minute of powered flight remaining. Good third stage performance. Some 30 seconds of powered flight remaining. We're at the 8.